Well, thanks for watching Donald Miller's Electrical Services. So service call work. Most of my service call work is from electricians that didn't install something correctly. Either they were rushed or they just didn't care. And the other half of it are handymen and carpenters. 9 times out of 10, when a handyman or carpenter makes a mistake, the homeowner's not going to call the handyman or carpenter back to fix the mistake. Why would they? They made it to begin with. If you can't do it right, unless I'm not saying all the time, but a lot of the times, okay? Handymen can talk to a homeowner and state that they know what they're doing because in their eyes, they do. They can attach black to black and white to white. They don't realize all the other aspects of electrical work that get involved. So their lack of knowledge is unbeknownst to them. They know they can install a light fixture, so they think they can install a light fixture, and that's the point here. They don't realize how much they don't know. So they can walk up to a homeowner and be like, I can do this for you and I can do that for you. And that's where they come off. And that you have to be careful about that, because when you get into older homes or you get into homes that require more work than just black to black, white to white, a handyman will end up costing you more money than the electrician will. And it's because of their lack of knowledge of dealing with older homes, dealing with different junction boxes, dealing with different switch boxes, how to adapt old wiring to new wiring. All these things they're void of experience on. And even the little bit of experience they have no idea how to handle problems when they arise. So a problem that might take me 3 minutes to deal with could take them 45. So when I go to these service calls and I usually form a friendship with the homeowner because I'm a small business. I rely on homeowners. I rely on my reputation. I rely on my communication with them. I find out that the homeowner was charged more. Come on, get out of my truck. The homeowner was charged more than I would have charged them. So if it takes a handyman 2 hours to install a light fixture because it's an older house and he doesn't have the right screws, he has to run to and it ends up taking him a lot longer than me, well, at the end of the day, they're going to be more than me. And what's even more obnoxious is, do you know handyman will charge per wire nut and per use of tape? Especially some of these companies that try to form a handyman business with a lot of trucks, they ended up charging the homeowner or the customer more than what I would have charged them, because I don't charge for tape usage or wire nut usage. Just be careful of the handyman. That's the whole point of this, because they really shouldn't be doing electric to begin with, because if a handyman has to, hold on one second. If a handyman has to turn power off to your home to work on the electric, he shouldn't be working on the electric. When I was an apprentice growing up, about 6 months into my trade, I was no longer allowed to turn the power off. Maybe a year in, I was no longer allowed to turn the power off. And this is why. You don't know when you make a mistake if the power's off. Not only do you not know if you make a mistake when the power's off, how can you troubleshoot something with the power off? So these are two major points that I think factor into when the lights go out or you have a service call and you're about to call someone. If they need to turn the power off to work on your electric, they're not seasoned. They're not experienced. They should be able to open a switch box up or an outlet box up with the power on. That way you can troubleshoot what's going on. You can't troubleshoot efficiently with the power off. You're not going to know where your feeds are, your switch legs are, and you're basically opening up a ball of mess in the switches or the outlet boxes. So you should never, I don't want to get myself in trouble by saying you should never turn the power off. But if I'm troubleshooting, I personally will not turn the power off. And if I'm working on something hot, I know how to work on something hot where it won't get me in trouble, versus someone that's inexperienced that wants to turn the breaker off to work on a circuit. Well, that's even okay. So when I have another mechanic working with me, or another apprentice, or another journeyman, and I tell him to go work on something, and he asks to turn the power off, I'm going to tell him no. No, it's more dangerous working with the power off, because then whatever you did in that switch box, when you turn that power on, it could cause more problems. It's a danger. It's dangerous working with the power off in certain circumstances. I'm not talking about I'm talking about troubleshooting residential, okay? Even some commercial. I'm not talking about big stuff. I'm not talking about. I don't want to give the impression I'm talking about. I'm only talking about service call work in the residential field. Okay, you don't want to turn the power off all the time. Okay, and it actually creates a more of a dangerous situation when you do. That's my opinion. Thank you for watching. It's Monday, and I'm gonna be late to my service call if I don't get going. Take care. Bye bye.